Okay, folks, we have returned, and I'm gonna get to go to the next case for free. We just heard that Mayor Castletown has been murdered. Arrow of Injustice.
Normally get when you're sitting with your girlfriend, kissing for an hour, or however long it is.
When Bob opened the window for some air, he discovered
Now he saw the gun is the only thing viewed through the window. That was my whole life in that millisecond.
Matthew, with the arrest of Horatio and Malcolm, you have sealed the downfall of the Rochester family.
and jewelry.
What a shame it took Leopold Rochester's death to bring about their demise. We do well to remember there were good apples among the bad. Such as my darling Bernadine. You know, Matthew, I never thought we'd find ourselves so in love.
And thrust 3 of them into the back seat of the car.
Chief, something tells me you won't be far behind Charlie and me in starting a family.
He sexually assaulted one of the girls.
Yes, well, let's not put the cart before the horse. For now, I say you've earned a round of congratulations, Matthew. I'm sure only good things lie ahead now that the Rochester's grip on the city has been terminated. Chief, the celebrations have to wait. We just received word from City Hall. Mayor Castletown has been assassinated. The mayor's dead. Matthew Bontemps, you need to get yourself to City Hall right now.
Before the teenagers could report what happened, their attacker went through a red light. 2 police officers.
The car had not been reported stolen at that time, therefore it was not in the city. So there was no way for those officers to have known that was a stolen vehicle or it had just been used in that crime.
The policeman signaled the car to pull over. The driver got out of the car, then started shooting. Those officers were shot 3 times.
The officer downstairs that he drew his own firearm and fired 6 rounds in the direction of the fleeing suspect.
But by the time help arrived, both officers.
Oh goodness, that's a gruesome way to go out.
4 blocks away, there were 2 bullet holes through the back window and 1 through the front.
How does an officer who's been shot 3 times point blank?
There it is.
Who's dying?
Mayor
Car
Castletown.
fleeing down the road and hit it 3 times.
2 of the bullets were recovered, but the 3rd couldn't be found. Was it possible that before he died, Officer Phillips hit the assailant?
You'd look at these photographs and you'd say,
Boom, there you are.
Mary had a little love with
And I get the first star already. Cool, I get a chips. Matthew, the mayor's been shot in the head with an arrow. And look at the smashed pane behind him. The arrow must have come through the window. We must get the mayor's body to Richard immediately. We also need to ascertain who saw Castletown in his final moments. Perhaps the clues you picked up might help. These glasses look like they once contained sherry cobblers, the late mayor's favorite cocktail. He clearly had a drink with someone very recently. Taking a sip of that gooey black substance on one of the glasses may help us identify his visitor. And did someone send this fruit basket to the mayor? Perhaps uncovering what's written on the card can tell us who it was. Matthew, I cannot believe the mayor was assassinated on our watch. Finding his killer must be our priority.
He thinks it smells fine, but his mom smells this.
Luckily for all your hard-to-wash fabrics, there's Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febreze doesn't just mask, it eliminates odors you've gone no blind to.
So we're going to start up this, and I will get some stars, so sit tight, everyone. Alright, I have 6 stars. I'll examine the cocktail glasses
For any other crimes
first.
in the years since the murders. Now we got a real suspect.
As soon as I get all the analyses started and all.
It's an old fingerprint. What else do we have? One of the robbery victims, Bob Dewar, was brought in for a photographic lineup, but couldn't identify Mason as the man who stole the car.
Okay.
So police
But they needed something.
Matthew, let's put this Vicus black liquid from the Sherry Cobbler glass under the microscope.
room in the YMCA in Shreveport, Louisiana, had printed his name on the register. Paul Edholm, a forensic document examiner, was asked to compare Gerald Mason's handwriting to the signature of George Wilson on the YMCA register. Almost immediately, Edholm noticed that some letters seemed to jump off the page.
First was the capital G, because we had G in George and G in Gerald. And as far as the height relationship, as far as the width of the letter, as far as the slant, the amount of strokes it took to form the letter, each one of those was consistent. And that was very important.
There were other similarities in the letter D
Okay.
and S, O, N, and there was something more.
What I noted in Mr. Mason's handwriting was from 1957. At that time, he was 23 years old. Until 1999, his handwriting did not change one iota. It was exactly the same.
I got 8.
That Gerald Mason signed
Lubricating oil.
with the alias George Wilson.
Matthew, the black residue you found on the Sherry Cobbler glass is oil. But not just any oil. This particular variety is used specifically to lubricate artificial body parts made from metal. You're right. We do know of one person sporting a metal appendage, our very own Rose. Matthew, I didn't know Rose is in the habit of having drinks with the mayor. I agree, we had better talk to her.
This is Fracture. Just upload an
Oh
image
my
that you
goodness,
ordered,
we have
then
to
show up
talk
at your
to
door.
Rose.
Use
One of
the
our
print
team is
directly
suspect.
on glass. And this isn't just
One of our
another print,
teammates is
or
a
just another
suspect
canvas.
again.
This is new. This is a Fracture. Visit FractureMe.com and print one today.
For drug-free sinus relief, experience Navage, the next big thing.
Let's talk to Rose.
Navage is the only nose cleaner with powered
Rose, did you meet with Mayor Castletown earlier today? Yes, it's no secret I've been meeting regularly with the mayor. We've been discussing how to roll out the Bulletproof Vest I invented across the Concordian Police Department. It was a hard slog getting Mayor Castletown to concentrate on such matters, but we finally started making progress.
It's AARP.
What a shame he died before our project was complete.
Just today, Save on Concert.
Talking of which, I assume you're going to have a look at that rooftop cafe on the building opposite City Hall. I believe it's called the Starlight. Why so, Rose? Because the assassins took their shot from this very cafe. I had a look at your files, and the trajectory of the arrow that killed the mayor leaves no doubt about it. If that's the case, Matthew and I had better visit the Starlight Cafe pronto. And Rose, now you're a suspect in this investigation. Please stay away from the case files, won't you?
It's the discounts, access to resources, and all the benefits of AARP. Plus, when you call today, you get this travel bag and AARP the magazine free.
Call 1-800-351-7912.
But before we go there, I'm going to handle the note first.
GoodThingBooking.com makes it easy to find the right hotel for the right price. They have over 1 million properties, including vacation rentals, like homes, bungalows, and apartments.
Visit Booking.com for hotels, homes,
Wishing you a speedy recovery, Deputy.
I love you, Facebook guest bathroom.
Oh, that's for Justin Lawson. So this fruit basket wasn't a gift to the mayor. It was a gift from the mayor. The note reads, The note says, "Wishing you a speedy recovery, deputy. Best wishes, your mayor." Ah yes, Mayor Castletown must have been planning to send this gift to Justin Lawson following the assassination attempt on him. Deputy Lawson must be busy dealing with the aftermath of the mayor's murder, but we had better secure a few minutes with him nonetheless.
Sit back and enjoy the show. Spectrum on demand. Never wait to watch again. And there's a big difference between ordinary and best.
Deputy Lawson, it's wonderful to see you back on your feet. Yes, I'm perfectly well, at least physically speaking. Mentally, I'm outraged. All the righteous people of Concordia are being taken out, one by one. Trying to harm me is one thing, but the city will not stand for its mayor being assassinated. I wholeheartedly agree, Deputy Lawson, which is why we will not stop until the killer is behind bars. Senior Trooper Matthews, I am in no doubt you are up to the task of apprehending the mayor's assassin, but I urge you to catch them sooner rather than later. That murderous culprit will not be permitted to escape the long arm of the law, not on my watch.
He may have been drinking near the Hawthorne Airport when he saw Bob Doer's car parked in the Lover's Lane. He robbed the teenagers, committed a sexual assault, then stole the car at gunpoint. While fleeing the scene, Mason went through a traffic light and was stopped by 2 police officers. The officer Mason got out of the car so the officer didn't see the stolen goods on the back seat. And when Officer Phillips turned away, he fired 3 shots into his back. Then 3 more through the windshield, killing Officer Curtis. While speeding away, Officer Phillips fired 3 shots with world-class precision. 1 went through the trunk, hitting Mason in the back. When Gerald Mason was arrested, investigators asked him to remove his shirt. Sure enough, he had a bullet wound on his back. Proof that Officer Phillips got him.
The very last thing he did in life was to mark forever the man who killed him and his partner. And that's pretty cool.
Aha! Broken device.
Speaking to you from the grave. Ladies and gentlemen,
and handbag.
I pointed him out with my gunfire.
That was never reported, as far as I know, to the media. Nobody should tell us this. We didn't want anybody to know about it. And we didn't want him to go and get plastic surgery or to, whatever. And it's amazing.
The gun was traced to
Got me another chips. And I unlocked the next crime. I unlocked the next bonus.
Steering wheel of the car.
I got out of the car, walked back to their car. My feelings were.
Matthew Rose is right. This rooftop cafe provides the perfect vantage point into the council chamber at City Hall. The killer must have aimed their arrow at the mayor from here, which means the clues you found could prove highly useful. Talking of which, these broken pieces are curious. I agree. Let's fix them up. And I know it isn't polite to go through a lady's handbag, but these are dire times. We had better have a rummage inside.
His wife, his grandchildren would not hear how he raped a teenager. He traded the lives of 2 on-duty police officers to avoid capture.
The 4th coins I've shared so far. Hopefully this is the last. These are the last 2 stars that I'll need to do because I know I gotta get out of here.
What people would say about him being at 24 years old and committing these crimes and living a life crime-free. It doesn't matter. He's a thief, he's a rapist, and he's a murderer. He just got over it. That's all there is to it.
All the scientific, this forensic evidence, we're going to see a lot more cold cases being solved based on the advancements in technology. Can the dead speak to the living?
Man, I cannot figure this out.
Note to their survivors telling them their death was no accident. Forensics uncovered the secrets she almost took to her grave.
Oh, there. Please disregard that.
Like a love story from a
Matthew, this crossbow has to be what the killer used to shoot an arrow through the window and into the mayor's head. It must be our murder weapon. You're right. Unfortunately, we cannot give this crossbow to Rose for analysis, since she's a suspect in our investigation.
Well thought of.
But I agree. Perhaps Viola might still be able to discern something crucial about our killer from the crossbow.
Sandy had her own business, boarding horses in a stable on her land.
Sandy was very good with horses. She loved the horses. Her favorite place was to be there. Out of any place that you could tell, she just beamed when she was in the barn.
But Sandy soon learned the horse business can be dangerous. Sandy said one of the horses got spooked and kicked her in the head. Bleeding profusely and barely conscious, Sandy was able to crawl to her neighbor's house for help. After the accident, Sandy started experiencing extreme difficulties.
There we are.
Severe depression.
Marla de Paradis, Moulin Rose.
Where I believe that she was in such a state.
Matthew, this business card you found in the handbag, it's Marla's.
Sandy's doctor prescribed antidepressants.
You do remember Marla de Paradis, don't you? She's my cherished companion and owner of the Moulin Rose. I agree, if Marla was at this cafe, she may have seen our killer. Let's speak with her. Well, looks like I'm going to have to do some more.
An ambulance rushed Sandy to a nearby hospital, but she was declared dead on arrival.
I said, no. It was just hard to believe because she was so young.
Hold on. Okay, I have 1 star, and let's talk to Marla de Paradis. Isaac, what a delightful surprise to see you. I'm still waiting for our opera date. Yes, it was unfortunate Swan Lake was cancelled, and under such unsavory circumstances. I'm certain it would have rivaled even the most thrilling evening of chess. Dearest Isaac, I can think of plenty of activities you might find more thrilling than chess. Yes, well... Anyway, Marla, we're here because Senior Trooper Matthew found your handbag at the Starlight Cafe. Were you there earlier today? Yes, I had breakfast there this morning. I go to the Starlight often to relax after a heavy night of entertaining at the Moulin Rose. Did you see anyone suspicious while you were there? You see, Mayor Castletown's killer was at the cafe, and the mayor's been murdered. No, I'm afraid I did not notice anything suspicious, Senior Trooper Matthew, I hope you catch the murderer fast. Isaac, please stay safe.
Ooh, you should check out it. It's free. Really? Mm-hmm. You should check it out.
With totally free credit.
That's going to do. I'll let these two in the courses see all.
Any statements to the district attorney regarding this?
Okay, folks, we have come back, and let's get the results of the autopsy. Matthew, I never thought I'd find the mayor of Concordia on my autopsy table. We're all still reeling from the shock of it, Richard, but time is of the essence. What have you discovered about his assassination?
You killed my wife.
Well, I don't need to tell you the mayor was killed by an arrow to the head. But what is surprising is that the assassin managed a shot that smashed through a window and pierced the victim's skull. This isn't something just anyone can do.
Sheila Atkins.
Which means it was no lucky shot, Matthew. It showed clear skill and intent. This indicates your killer is a talented marksman who knows how to shoot with power and precision.
And no more than the term of your natural life.
Well, Matthew, our killer won't be doing much sharpshooting when you put them in handcuffs.
You're a jerk.
Restitution of missing assets.
Oh, what a world we live in, Matthew. I thought the Rochester conspiracy was the biggest threat to our fair Concordia, but now we have an assassinated mayor on our hands. Indeed, Viola, which is why we need your help in catching Mayor Castletown's murderer. Did you find anything of interest on the crossbow Matthew sent you? Well, Isaac, it seems your killer had time for recreational activities as well as murder. You see, I found curious deposits of sand on the crossbow. My analysis further showed it was sand used to fill bunkers on golf courses. This allows me to conclude that the mayor's killer is a golfer. Is that so? Well, Matthew, it'll be worth it a triple bogey for our assassin when we catch them. Matthew, I thought we put Concordia's troubles behind us after bringing on the Rochester's demise. But now Mayor Castletown's dead, and we're none the wiser as to who assassinated him. Our suspects so far include the very own Rose, who met the mayor just before his murder, and Justin Lawson, the mayor's deputy. My dear Marla has also been questioned, as she was at the cafe where the killer shot their fatal arrow. I find it difficult to conceive of any of these individuals committing murder. Senior Trooper Matthew! Senior Trooper Matthew! What is it, Constable Ramirez? We found Eleanor Halstead. Oh my goodness. We'll find out in Chapter 2. See y'all then.
For a semi-sweet, farm-fresh taste.
Okay, it's time now for Chapter 2.
Customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable. Just like some people like wet grocery bags. Or getting a bad haircut. Overcrowded trains. Turnstiles that don't turn. And spilling coffee on themselves. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV and for a limited time get a $100 reward card. Call 1-800.
We found Eleanor Halstead. She's been spotted at the St. Chandru's Golf Club. Finally, some good news. Matthew, there isn't a second to lose. Let's go arrest Eleanor Halstead.
Story to tell. So
all right.
I'm Tony. I'm Candace. Do you even know what a cervix is? Look at this. Look at it. I fed 2 children with these and many lovers.
She can come across as a little unhinged.
Let's arrest her.
You down and go out to the street. I will jump.
Eleanor Halstead, don't move. You're under arrest. No! Senior Trooper Matthew, how did you find me? You didn't really think you could try to kill Justin Lawson and get away unscathed, did you? I didn't think Lawson would get away unscathed. I must have been distracted by the thrill of liberty, else that bullet would never have missed the deputy's heart. You really do seem to hold human life in very little value, Miss Halstead. Talking of which, we know you're in the pocket of the Rochesters. Was killing the mayor also part of your iniquitous deal with them? The mayor's dead? Oh well, I suppose he had it coming. And you have a trip back to jail coming. Let's go, Miss Halstead. Matthew, I feel safer now that Eleanor Halstead is once again behind bars. But you're right. Viola did say the killer plays golf, and we just happen to be standing in St. Chandru's, Concordia's only golf course. Let's take a gander around the course.
Every last breath, every close call. The killer's out there.
Hello?
And knowing how he works is what makes them tick. And if you wait a second, You'll hear the ticking too.
Where do you find her?
Criminal Minds comes to Sundance TV every Wednesday, starting December 20th at 3.
What happened last night wasn't like her. She pretty much was.
We worry about her.
Socializing. Meg was always such a loner.
Until last year. And then she just seemed to fall asleep.
Before you went to bed,
And I see a clue already.
Oh my God. If you found any there, they would not hurt us or her friends. Close friends. Are you sure?
Okay.
Look,
God.
They don't really date.
can you give us some names?
Golf bag. And a wine bottle.
She ain't even pretty. She's a year behind her.
Sometime after 8:30, kids, friends of friends, strangers who heard about the party started showing up.
Matthew, you found the mayor's diary. Look, there's his name. Most of the diary is filled with times of his fishing outings. But wait, this reminder to pay 300 shillings to a coded number is rather intriguing. I agree. We had better decipher those symbols right away. And there's something written across this golf bag, but it's unreadable for now. See if you can work it out, Matthew.
Sleeping, drunk.
What about these photos?
Well, you can get arrested for putting them on the internet. No shot today.
No diary or phone.
So what did we talk to? Said May was shy, fun, not wild, a little naive. She was a little more street-wise.
She was killed on the street.
They got 3 sets of prints off the guy.
Oh, Thaddeus Mulroney. Thaddeus M.
With your name on the top of the list.
Matthew, that golf bag belongs to Thaddeus Mulroney. We've been looking for Mulroney ever since we got proof he'd been paid off by the Rochesters to release Eleanor Halstead. Now's our chance to get him. If Mulroney's golf bag is here, then he can't be far. Handcuffs at the ready, Matthew.
Okay? Some kid started showing around to people. I tried to look for the thing later, but this blondie, she departed. I was looking for the minute I walked in the door when I left. Bobby, I mean. Well, everybody's got a name.
You again, Senior Trooper Matthew. Let me use this opportunity to thank you for firing me. Because it's given me all the time in the world to play golf, the only pastime worthy of my superior status. Well, Mr. Mulroney, you've just putted your last ball, because we're placing you under arrest. What? But... We have undeniable proof that you orchestrated the release of Eleanor Halstead from prison. Were you also involved in Mayor Castletown's murder? The mayor is dead. The mayor's been murdered. Who would dare to kill someone of such high standing in the community? Certainly not I. Well, Senior Trooper Matthew will soon deduce whether or not you are telling the truth, Mr. Mulroney. For now, it's police custody for you.
I mean, he really does stuff.
Like Tony and Rikers.
Look, I'm really sorry about what happened to Billy's girlfriend, but Max was with me the entire night.
Who's Billy?
Billy, he was the guy who told me about the party. He was everything.
And that's the trouble I have with this filming this way, I mean.
Ever since it happened, it's
There we go.
my friend Lewis. Lewis Morris. He said that I should have played.
There we are.
I'm scared.
Take some tapes of the money. People get scared.
Matthew, we need to figure out who the mayor was sending money to, and why. Let's get these numbers from the mayor's diary straight to Evie.
I got there late, and I was just taking off my coat when Lewis pulled me in the May's bedroom. And he had this gun. I don't know where he got it. And we were looking at it when May came in.
I'll see you guys again. Alright folks, we've returned. Let's get the results of the numbers first from Evie. Evelyn, were those numbers Matthew deciphered from Mayor Castletown's diary revelatory? Well, I checked and double-checked. Evelyn, what on earth is the matter? Well, you see, these numbers relate to a bank account in the name of Marla de Paradis. Marla de Paradis? The mayor paid 300 shillings to my Marla? Yes, and it appears this was not the only payment from the mayor to Miss de Paradis. He had been transferring her the same amount on a regular basis. Well, I'm certain there's a perfectly good reason for these payments, and Marla's sure to tell us. I certainly hope you're right, Mr. Bontemps.
Anything wrong with the Angela? We're spinning our wheels here.
We're still give you anything?
Yeah. Hey, I want you to check out an officer named Ridley.
Who? Ridley, Peter, Francis. This is from IAB. How'd you get it?
Now let's see what Marla has to say. Isaac, twice in one day. What a treat. You're lucky you caught me. I'm usually playing golf or shooting at the range around this time. But today I was just too exhausted to do anything. Marla, we know about your payment from the mayor and... Oh, Isaac, how did you... I promise you, it meant nothing. Marla, what are you talking about? The mayor and I, it was just professional. He wanted some company, and I needed the money. There were no feelings involved. Marla, I'm not sure I understand. Did you and the mayor... Yes, Isaac, the mayor and I were intimate, but it meant nothing. Intimate? No, surely not. I'm so sorry, Isaac. Will you ever be able to forgive me? Matthew, I need some fresh air. Please let us depart.
Frustration, resentment, self-pity.
Wow. Unfaithful. Matthew, please tell me I understood Marla wrong. No, I refuse to believe it. She can't have gone to bed with the mayor, not my Marla. I'm afraid so. I'm sorry, Matthew. I must pull myself together. We have a killer to catch. All shall be well. Let us continue our investigation by going back to City Hall.
No, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit. You go ahead.
Tim's ready for the Tim can get an offer for his own car from his phone. When Tim's ready, he can take an instant cash offer deal to trade in or satisfying cash. Easy. And get a head start on running his next car. Until then, Tim got an offer he can trust.
All the folks get here.
That's the idea. Go to KBV.com and get an instant cash offer for your car today.
Future. 2 whole minutes in the future where you already got money. You even know you're done. There's no way I can know all that. So you guys figured out time travel in under 2 minutes? Yep. Don't worry yourself be difficult. I am difficult.
It's your financing in 2 minutes and check out the vehicles. The drive time.
Safe box.
DriveTime.com.
Target.
Amazon has everything you need for the perfect holiday get-together. Free shipping on over 100 million items, you can entertain your world. For good times this holiday, visit Amazon.
And now, from USA's new series, The Cromarties.
Why is your breath being
Because we love you.
The Cromarties. Stream the latest episode on demand.
Not see. Oh, there.
I know what this is about. I won the policeman's rifle.
Another 100,000.
Let's do it. Whoa.
Second weapon.
Look, Matthew. Someone drew the mayor's likeness on a shooting target. It looks just like him. I do apologize. I'm letting my emotions and Lila's confession get the better of me. It shan't happen again. You're right. The arrow stuck in the middle of the target is identical to the one that killed the mayor. This must be a threat from his assassin. We had better collect a sample of that powder on the target. I agree. And this must be the mayor's safe box, which means looking inside it would also be wise. Matthew, I cannot lie. Knowing that the mayor was intimate with my darling Marla is making this investigation difficult. But I shall never allow a crime to go unpunished. Let's catch this killer.
The irony is,
I almost had it out of my system.
The need to prove.
They let one get away last year.
Yeah. After she nailed it in go dance.
Okay. Got myself up to 20 stars, so let's get this over with. There we go. Matthew, I shan't let my feelings about the mayor cloud my judgment. Let's get this powder from the killer's death threat to Viola post-haste. $12 hours. A knife with a faded note. Matthew, why was the mayor keeping this rusty penknife in his safe? What a strange little man. This seems to me like a wild goose chase, but if you wish to retrieve the faded text on the knife's tag, I shan't get in your way. Years today, never forget. The note on the penknife reads, 30 years today, never forget RZ. RZ? Was this penknife sent to the mayor from our very own Rose? Why would Rose have sent the mayor a rusty knife? Not that I blame her, mind. Sorry, you're right, Matthew. Such an ominous message warrants another talk with Rose post-haste. Rose, what made you send a rusty penknife to the mayor? It was a memento of our time together in the Concordian Cadets, although back then the mayor was just little Cornelius. One day while trekking together down in Coyote Gorge, we got caught in a rockfall. Cornelius was safe, but a huge boulder rolled right over my arm. I couldn't move. And do you know what cowardly Cornelius did? He got scared and ran off, leaving me all alone. I was stuck without food and water for days. Eventually I had no choice but to cut off my own arm with a blunt penknife so I could escape. Rose, are you saying the mayor's the reason you lost your arm? Yes. I was filled with rage for years, indeed. I have him to credit for motivating me to learn to shoot so well. Yes, I now see that man's weaselly nature has been with him since childhood. But Rose, I do hope your anger against the mayor did not bring you to commit murder. Let the real powder run its course. For now, I don't see how Rose could play golf with one arm, really, so my guess is that Rose is clear. So I'll see you guys. I'll have all the stars collected then. See y'all then. Alright folks, we have returned. Let's get the results of the yellow powder. Matthew, did I ever tell you my grandmother was famous for her southern cuisine? Viola, we have no time for idle chatter today, so I sincerely hope your grandmother's culinary skills have something to do with the powder Matthew found on the target. Ah yes, dear Bontemps, I heard about your amorous plight. I am sorry for your pain. It will improve with time. I haven't a clue what you're talking about. Moving on. I spent a lot of time in my grandmother's kitchen, so I instantly recognized this powder as a mix of hickory smoked salt, paprika, and garlic. The perfect marinade for pork ribs. Richard confirmed there was no sign of pork ribs in the mayor's digestive tract, which means it's his assassin who left traces of the smoky delicacy on the target. Pork ribs? But that's Marla's favorite dish. She always loved it when I cooked pork ribs for her. Matthew, I do not know what to think anymore, but if our killer eats pork ribs, I shall add it to their profile, and Marla's. In the running. Matthew, your partner was nowhere to be seen, so I had a look at your report on the mayor's assassination. And it looks as though your suspects comprised mainly of former and existing members of Concordia security forces, a sign of the deadly corruption that has permeated our city. They include Eleanor Halstead, who previously made an attempt on Justin Lawson's life. Thaddeus Mulroney is the second former member of the police force on your suspect list. I'm pleased to see you've put both these unsavory characters into custody. Then you have your own team's Rose Sal. Who would have thought the mayor was to blame for her lost start? All by myself. Matthew, did you hear that? Is someone singing? Bunt. Alone. I'm so all alone. There's nobody else but you. Bontemps, are you drunk? My goodness.
Out of the free throw line. Penetration from Hawaii. Shot clock is at 12. 63-49. Matt Muehlbach, Darren Sutton, glad to have you with us.
Please disregard that.
Up and in, Leland Green. That was really nice.
Local college basketball team playing on the road, losing by 12. I'll see you guys for Chapter 3. Alright folks, we have returned. Let's start Chapter 3 of Arrow of Injustice.
Use that presence that he has. Rawson made it back. On an in-middle, skip pass along the hardwood. Tyler Rawson, who averages 11. Picks up a couple of points. He's got 4. He's a hard to guard. So he's elusive, too. For a big fella, he is very elusive. Johnson.
How could Marla do this to me, Matthew? I gave her my heart. Detective Bontemps, what is the meaning of this?
Claw his way to a double-double when it's all said and done.
There you are, Bontemps. I told you not to bother the chief.
Off to the left.
I'm sorry, Chief. I'm afraid Bontemps has been sampling the contents of my liquor cabinet. I tried to stop him, but it was too late.
9 points overall.
I believe he was trying to get over the news that his companion Marla was having intimate relations with the mayor.
Good position, but you forget he's 7 feet.
I'll get that mayor if it's the last thing I do. The mayor is already dead, Detective. Madeline Bontemps is clearly in no shape to investigate the mayor's murder. You shall take over as Matthew's partner. Right you are, sir. Just after I put Bontemps here to bed. Come along now, old chap.
That's what he'll just keep improving there. Those type of shots.
Anchor. Cripes, Matthew. I've never seen Bontemps in such a state. He must really love Marla. Anyway, I finally managed to get him safely tucked up in bed. Good practice for when my baby comes. Now back to business. We have the mayor's assassin to catch, so let's not waste a minute more. What say you we continue our search for the killer by taking another look around the golf course?
Johnson 6. A night in which he's got 7 points, 11 rebounds. Those 4 fouls send him to the bench. By the way, 7 points, 11 rebounds in 13 minutes. 13-point Utah lead. At 12.
Again, I mean, this is a well-coached team. They don't quit. Wow. You can see how physical Green is. One of the better ones I've seen. Nice job by Biggins. And Green and Biggins were still going at it. You see Tillman there finishing with contact.
Yeah, they're cleaning him up now.
He couldn't hide it any longer.
There.
You know, back in the studio, Mike Brown a lot of times would be bleeding. And really? He'll cover it up. You know, like O'Neal might kick him on the way back from the studio watching the games. And,
that gold medal was a
clue.
clue.
Just toughs it out. Presses on. He presses on. It could get, inside like under his pants.
News article.
He's got nice socks, too.
He does.
And so sometimes he can just
Someone's shoe. That's perfect.
Maybe too much behind the scenes there. Number 430 to go in this one. Don't underestimate the toughness of you. Collette off the glass. And it's down the square. Here we are again. He's got 12 points. He's got 5 rebounds. Another not a big contribution for David Collette, the senior.
Well, it wasn't like the last game where we really got him established early, but we saw a lot of threes by Biggins. And, the other thing that you notice about this Utah team is just how balanced they are. How many good, solid players. I mean, you're not going to say this team, well, that's an easy thing.
Matthew, that discarded newspaper articles about the mayor winning the state fishing competition. Someone's written something over the story, but it's illegible. Let's see if your Dusty Kid can help. And why was this photograph torn up? Let's tape it back together. Most curious of all is this medal. It looks like a prestigious award of some kind. So why has someone scrawled hypocrite across it? I agree. Checking the image on the medal against our records may well provide a lead. Hurry, Matthew. We have no time to lose if we're to catch the killer.
That moment, when who you're going with, is more important than where you're going. Wherever life takes us, we
get the faded message out of the way here.
Exclusively at K. Jarrett and Zets.
I excel under pressure. I excel at standing out.
I excel for the hardcore.
I excel at protecting the line.
I excel at any key.
Good Come on, come on.
At the drop with soul to bring the pressure.
Okay, I reset it.
And then he just spoke them out. Nobody thought he would take it all the way.
Got an error message at the
They lost among the state champion Utah in high school and his senior year when they moved to this Cambridge, Hawaii, born in Murray, Utah. So they had 6 points in the first half in 11 minutes. Peter, 3 with a turn. Gilman hustling into that first drill.
But you can see how strong Bugs is as well. That quick control hand up, block. Just taking it myself, blocked the wrong foot.
There we are. Angry message. The newspaper article about the mayor's been scrawled over with the words, "Beware slothful Cornelius. Procrastination is a sin." The mayor's never been known for being hardworking, and his laziness has clearly riled someone up to no end. You're right. Perhaps Diego will be able to discern the author by analyzing their handwriting. Let's send this article to him post haste.
Working his way through. Last year, of course, Colette, and I think last year, a big part of that, kind of the locker room stuff.
9 hours. Looks like Hawaii basketball is going to lose on the road. What a shame.
Chase Johnson was watching the tail end of this game, leads his squad with 11 rebounds. That's 7 points, 11 rebounds. And Tillman sits 16-8. 16 points, 8 rebounds. Just impressive.
Oh, look at that. I just got the 9 in time, and it was from Eleanor Halstead. Matthew, this medal was awarded by the mayor for outstanding achievement. And the last person the mayor offered this award to was Eleanor Halstead. We need a conversation with Miss Halstead about what compelled her to write hypocrite across her prestigious award.
Adam Keefe was an all-pack. He's got a lot of similarities.
Senior Trooper Matthew, unless you're here to bring me some pork ribs, I have nothing to say to you. Enough of your lip, Miss Halstead. We found your Medal of Honor from the mayor. What did you mean by writing hypocrite across it? Do you really have to ask? I sacrificed everything, my health, my sanity, even my freedom for that blasted mayor and his city. I even learned to play golf because he told me it was the best way to hobnob with the top dogs in Concordia. But when I got arrested, that pompous swine dropped me like a hot potato and didn't lift a finger to come to my aid. It was humiliating. May I remind you that you were arrested because of your corrupt practices, so it's no surprise you lost the mayor's support. Think what you want. I'll still blame that two-faced cretin for leaving me high and dry.
Chase Johnson was frustrated with that. What happened in a similar manner that David Klett a moment ago happened with him, except for he was whistled for the foul. 5 fouls. He'll have to sit down. This is literally foul on out of here.
Torn photo now.
So frustrated, to say the least. Mark Ryan comes on for the 3rd time this year. Using Marquez court time. Also joining him, Christian Coppola, a freshman out of Las Vegas. Italian team in a white jersey. It's going to be good. And he came here, by the way.
Matthew, this is a photograph of the mayor at an opening ceremony. But his head... Who knew Mulroney had such lofty ambitions as becoming mayor? He had better have some answers for this art project of his.
What I like about the guards in that Bugs have 2 physical big guards that can defend and get to the rim. Step toes are good play. There's some good guards.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute.
Minor with the penetration. Clevenger up top. Total will swing it down into the corner for one.
How are you by the amazingly odd?
Sunday South Park.
Mr. Mulroney, we found your little photo collage. Just how badly did you want to be mayor? Ah, yes, you found my photograph. Come now, don't you think I look dashing as mayor? There was never any doubt that with my superior attributes, my career path would propel me straight to the top position, just like one of my speeding bullets hitting a criminal. I like pork ribs as much as the next person, but I always knew I was destined for champagne and caviar. But then you nitwits went and got me fired. You crushed my ambitions like they were nothing. And so you thought if you couldn't be mayor, nobody else could? I shall not grace your unsavory insinuation that I killed the mayor with an answer, Senior Trooper Matthews. Well, now Thaddeus Mulroney's in the running. I'll see you guys when the angry message is done. See y'all then. Alright folks, we have returned. I'm going to go ahead and speed up the angry message for 4. Matthew, prepare to be astounded by my resounding talent. Diego, blow your own trumpet by all means, as long as you discover something useful about the person who berated the mayor for being lazy. But of course I have. To begin with, the angular shape of the S is slothful and sin shows that the author of this penmanship is a man. With the finally, the bold, heavy strokes indicate an individual with strong principles of justice and the law. You're right, Matthew. Diego, you have just perfectly described Justin Lawson. It looks as though Deputy Lawson was rather incensed by the mayor. We must ask him why. I missed one, so I'm going to quickly repeat that one before we go on. While the rigidity of the letters reveals that he is well-read and highly educated. Finally, bold, heavy strokes, and da-da-da-da-da. Okay. That is an unfriendly message. I really hope that it's not Justin Lawson. Senior Trooper Matthew, I hope this is important. I'm up to my neck in it, as you can imagine.
This could be consensual sex on bad.
Yes, sir. We're here regarding the investigation into the mayor's assassination. We want to know why you refer to him as slothful. Oh, I'm not proud of that silly message, but you have to understand how infuriating it was to work with the mayor.
What exactly do you want? Whatever you want.
That man never appreciated the gravity of his position. All he was interested in was cutting ribbons and drinking his blasted sherry cobblers. The only way he'd even talk to me was if I joined him on his fishing trips or for 9 holes on the golf course. I ended up having to go clay pigeon shooting every weekend just to release all the pent-up frustration caused by that lazy good-for-nothing. Well, sir, I see talking about the mayor has brought up a lot of strong feelings. We'll leave you to your work for now.
We're not doing anything illegal. Friends, I'm not here to hassle you. This woman was murdered last night a couple of blocks from here. Either wanted to recognize him.
Lazy, cowardly philandering. It seems our murdered mayor was disliked for a plethora of distasteful reasons. But which of our suspects did he rile up enough to make them shoot an arrow through his head? Did Thaddeus Mulroney kill the victim because he thought he was the only one destined to become mayor? Or did Eleanor Halstead expunge Mayor Castletown because he stopped supporting her as soon as she was arrested? We're so close to finding the mayor's assassin, Matthew. We just need a few more clues to nail them. Great idea. Let's have one last sniff around the cafe where the murderer took their fatal shot. Come on, Matthew, we have no time to lose.
She's walked up to you. Yeah, with Alicia. She said she wanted to play. She got sassy, so I lashed her with my crop. She flips out, had that security dude beat me up. I won't get off on being hurt.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it. So yeah, they're off for the payback.
No, I went home and she'll be ready for me. Is she rolling? Not rough, but not that rough. And that's not rolling.
Alright, thanks. I checked with the box. 5 women use Lola as a code name.
And you're African American?
1. Her real name is Sarah Miller. Let's check out her whereabouts.
Listen, this time. Sarah Miller is on the slab board.
Thanks. That was Finn. Sarah Miller never showed up for work. Never checked.
Alright. Huh.
I'm a super good in medicine. Who's there? Police!
Sarah Miller?
Ha, that's Spyglass clue.
Taken 6 showers since last night. What's up, Sam?
Boom. 6 seconds.
Daniel, just
7 rather. The first star.
You think that man who attacked me killed him?
Can you tell us what he did to you?
We were flirting. Then he got rough.
Matthew, this is a spyglass. This particular version can be affixed to weapons. I remember Rose showing one to me a while back. You're right. The killer must have attached the spyglass to the crossbow so they could get a better visual on the mayor. In that case, we had better quickly collect a sample of that clear liquid on the spyglass. And I wonder what's inside this locked cylinder. Let's open it. Matthew, these clues could be the key to unlocking the identity of the mayor's assassin. So let's not waste a single second to examine them.
It's Margaret. My daughter. When she didn't come home, I thought she went straight to her second job.
Alright.
An office building on Broadway. She was a cleaner. 8 years. Never mistaken. And she said,
There we are.
She had a massive heart attack.
7. Matthew, let's send the substance you collected from the killer's spyglass straight to Viola. 15 hours.
Monsieur Beaucaire, your wife called me. I am so sorry. I guess it took a murder to finally get your attention, huh?
You are?
I'm Mildred Quintana. I run the New Americans Justice Center. And I think it's a travesty the police department doesn't care about undocumented women.
Mr. Tommy, you got it backwards. We don't care what a vintage ever status is.
Really? Then why is that sick son of a bitch still raping women in my community? What makes you think that all these women were attacked by the
There we are. Arrows. So the cylinder was in fact a quiver. And look, these arrows are identical to the one we found lodged in the mayor's skull. Viola is sure to uncover any evidence the killer was clumsy enough to leave behind on their quiver.
Denise Richards stars in a Christmas reunion tomorrow, 7/6.
9 hours, and I will see you guys when these two are done.
This cheeseburger and shake for $3.99 might be the best deal ever.
Next time I'm fine.
Okay, let's shake.
You could be on the journey to much worse.
Alright folks, we have returned. Let's get the results of the arrows. First, put a killer behind bars. Matthew, did you know scientists have discovered the color red can significantly affect our physical and emotional reactions? This includes associating red with the threat of danger, rather fitting when it comes to the mayor's killer. I do hope you're going somewhere with this, Viola. But of course, you see, among the arrows nestling in the quiver you sent me were some red fibers. My experiments confirmed these fibers were a cotton used primarily to make clothing, which means your assassin will be garbed in red. It is not Rose, and it is not Justin Lawson. Matthew, it'll be like a red rag to a bull when you arrest the mayor's killer.
These exclusive offers during the 4-year. The moment you realize your snowman is melting, and he's not made of snow. At Lowe's, we have all the decorations you need to make your home magical.
Matthew, it takes nerves of steel to assassinate someone. I wouldn't know, Viola. I haven't killed anyone. Although I'll admit I wanted to murder my mother at times. We've all been there, Maddie. In any case, the mayor's killer was certainly lacking in metal, because the substance you sent me from the spyglass was sweat. Was there sweat? I ran the sweat through the DNA machine.
No contracts to sign, so you're never locked in. Just call
It's determined that the mayor's assailant has brown eyes.
While we're talking value,
However striking the brown peepers may be, the killer won't escape your arresting stare, Matthew. Matthew, you got all the evidence you need to arrest the mayor's assassin. Let's go get them.
Get 60 meg internet for just $59.99 a month, and bundled with voice for just $29.99. With no contract.
Okay, let's.
Call 643-0067.
It's either one of these two.
Tuesday.
It is not Marla.
It's a race to the bottom.
Who would have guessed it? It's Eleanor Halstead again. Pretty sure she was the killer prior. Someone will tell me what case that was. I kind of forget them. Eleanor Halstead, it seems Justin Watson's botched assassination wasn't enough for you. You also had to go and kill the mayor. Senior Chipper Matthew, I already told you. The mayor's death had nothing to do with me. Now please go away. Miss Halstead, the evidence is stacked against you. Now we know you're a straight talker, so let me put it straight to you. Your murderous plan started to unravel from the moment you gave away your skills in marksmanship by shooting that arrow through a window and straight into the mayor's brain. Stop your claptrap. Every Concordian man and his horse knows how to shoot accurately these days. Does every man and his horse also wear red? Because we found fibers from your crimson shirt in the quiver from which you pulled the fatal arrow that killed the mayor. You're certainly making me see red with your infernal accusations. Funny you mentioned seeing, because your sweat-covered spyglass told us all about your brown eyes. Your game is up, Miss Halstead. It's time to confess. Fine, what do I care anyway? I'm already in jail. Yes, I did it. I assassinated the mayor. Was killing the mayor also part of your nefarious deal with the Rochesters to secure your release from prison? Oh, how small-minded you all are. No vision whatsoever. The Rochesters had nothing to do with this. That family has no more power than your dead mayor. Sending me to prison was the best thing you could have done for me, Senior Trooper Matthew. It showed me the light. The light? Whatever do you mean? It made me realize justice is just an illusion, and people like you, Senior Trooper Matthew, who claim to be protecting our city, are deluded. It is only the Finley Flanagans and Franca Capescis who have the vision to transform our world. This city and its false, limp leaders all need to burn, so that the truly righteous can rise from the ashes and make Concordia great again. So what you're saying is Concordia would be better served by a bunch of gangster leaders, and every member of the justice system should die? Indeed. The mayor and his deputy were just the first names in my very long kill list. You are next, Senior Trooper Matthew. We've heard enough of your nonsense, Miss Halstead, and you can leave the rest of your littering for the courtroom. You're charged with the murder of Mayor Castletown. Eleanor Halstead, we meet again. Admittedly, we've all had our beef with Mayor Castletown, but you're the only one who went and murdered him. The mayor had to go. He represents all that is wrong with Concordia. He was just one step in my master plan to decimate the false veneer of justice suffocating Concordia. To think I left the tranquility of my vegetable patch to listen to this nonsense. Miss Halstead, I can assure you justice will prevail throughout the land, and even more so after I sentence you to life in prison. Oh, if only I could have made my glorious vision come to pass. Matthew, bravo, putting Eleanor Halstead behind bars, hopefully for good this time. I knew Halstead was a nasty piece of work, but I never imagined she'd have the maleficence to assassinate the mayor. Nor did I think she was so unhinged as to believe the leaders of Concordia needed to burn because justice was illusory. Ironically, her actions mean that the Deputy Mayor, Justin Lawson, the fiercest proponent of justice, will be taking over as Mayor of Concordia. I am confident the city will prosper under Lawson's rule. And on another positive note, we have your wedding to look forward to, dear Madeline. Ooh. Yes, and I better start getting ready. Matthew, I'll see you in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
SVU Detective Elliot Stabler can be occasionally unstable. Repulsive 800
Thaddeus Mulroney, no red. Rosal was cleared early. Justin Lawson cleared after clue 3. Marla DeParadis, green eyes instead of brown. It was Eleanor Halstead. See you all 4. See you all 4. No news is good news. 6-6.
Tuned into you. She's nationally recognized for.
Okay, we return now. Let's start No News is Good News 6-6. This is the last one. Matthew, please allow me to apologize for my horrendous and unprofessional behavior earlier. I haven't had a drop of alcohol since my younger days. I really do not know what came over me. Come now, dear Bontemps. We've all known the trials and tribulations of love. So let's let bygones be bygones and look onwards and upwards, beginning with the news that Justin Lawson is to be our new mayor. I must say, he has seemed rather irascible recently. Let's hope he is able to de-stress a tad before taking on his mayoral responsibility. I'm certain he will, but shouldn't you be getting ready for your wedding, dear Madeline? Indeed, I had better see to the final preparations and make sure my mother isn't getting up to any trouble. Matthew, do you have a minute? I need your help with a rather private matter. Would you mind meeting me in my laboratory when you're free? Matthew, I couldn't help overhearing Charlie asking for your help. And I have a feeling his issue is to do with matters of the heart, my area of expertise. I shall therefore accompany you to speak with him. Also, I heard Catherine's here and says she has something important to discuss with you. Matthew, once you've dealt with Charlie, I shall attend to Catherine with you. And I promise not to inebriate myself this time.
Something positive in our life.
Let's go to Charlie first. Matthew, I'm afraid I'm in a bit of a pickle. You see, I wanted to make my and Maddie's wedding ceremony that bit more personal by writing my own vows. But I've only gone and lost them somewhere. I haven't the faintest idea where they could be. This is a sign, Matthew. Maybe I shouldn't get married. I'm just not cut out for this. Now, calm down, dear friend. You're just having what they call pre-wedding jitters. And while some men aren't cut out for marriage, you, my dear Charlie, are most definitely husband material. Now back to these misplaced vows. Try to retrace your steps back to what you did today. Well, I do remember having breakfast at the Starlight Cafe. That's about all I can recall. Well then, I'm certain you left your vows at the cafe. Worry not, Charlie. Matthew and I will search high and low for them right away.
Customs put this together while I'm on the flight. Glad everyone's been keeping busy. Congratulations, Detective.
All this from Tusk's computers, huh?
Customs found financial records showing payments from a company called Private Code, the same password company that they used in the NE website. We traced it to a residence in Westchester. Private Code sells the passwords. Tossic gets a cut of the profits, up to 20% a month.
I see him already.
Research found 15 child porn sites, all on Private Code's payroll. In 3 different countries, over 400,000 individual images. Who knows how many subscribers?
Middlemen.
Who will lead us to the producers and the distributors and the consumers. We're guessing 17 in the tri-state area alone. We've opened Pandora's box. This is huge.
See, the FBI testing the local peoples. Looks like you got it covered.
We do. I just thought you want to be there when we take the best out.
There we go.
You have a warrant to search the premises.
Matthew, these papers are titled Wedding Vows. They must belong to Charlie. But wait, it looks like someone spilled their coffee all over his words. Charlie's already a nervous wreck about the wedding. He'll be distraught if we return his vows to him in such a state. A good idea. Let's see if your Justin Kid can help recover poor Charlie's vows.
100 child porn sites in 20 countries. What else are you? Get too shy while I'm in the camp. My name's Nicholas Taylor, no address listed. However, I've got a MasterCard Visa account. Both gotta go somewhere.
A lot easier on a faster computer. Oh well. There it is. Fantastic work, Matthew. Charlie's vows are almost as good as new. Now let's see. Dearest Madeline, you are the cog in my pocket watch. Whenever I see you, my brain short circuits. These vows are pretty adorable. Good man, Charlie. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. Matthew, these vows also include 3 paragraphs of technical ramblings about Charlie's telephone company. Egad! And in one instance, he's comparing their baby to a toaster. Matthew, I know lovers are supposed to understand each other in ways not evident to the outsider, but I'm not sure anyone will appreciate Charlie's vows. I agree. Emmy's our best bet at fixing these vows. Let's send them straight to her. I know everyone's looking forward to Justin Lawson becoming mayor and bringing justice to Concordia and all that. But I think I'm onto something, and I need your help getting to the bottom of it. You see, I've heard from my contact at City Hall that there are rumors of Justin Lawson recruiting people for some sort of clandestine army. An army? Why would Deputy Lawson be secretly creating an army? Miss Wolf, everything that happened with the Rochesters is bound to make you expect the worst. But Justin Lawson is a good man. We know him well. You're probably right, but don't you want to know for sure? My contact has never let me down before. Alright, Miss Wolf. Matthew and I shall quell your fears by searching the depths of City Hall for any evidence of this army. If it actually exists. Council chamber now.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous.
Looks like we're going to have Takakura for the final cases. I think there's going to be one more district after this before we get to the next. Boy, has it been a long run for us.
I keep singing.
Let my
Do what I say.
Oh. There we go. But it didn't matter because there was no lucky find from the mountain goat. Now that cardboard box has J. Lawson written across it. Its contents must belong to the deputy mayor. Which makes sense, since he must be moving his affairs to the mayor's office in preparation for his inauguration later on today. I'm not comfortable rummaging through this box without Deputy Lawson's consent, but you're right. We need to make sure Catherine's claims of a secret army are not a mere flight of fancy.
What's the same? That's so cool. Gotta answer on those signatures. They had to come to the States. How they got out? Looks like there were two owls. One there was one shooter and a man with no hair. Looks like somebody already has.
It's a hat. Military cap. Matthew, what's with the soldier's cap? What was the soldier's cap doing at the bottom of Justin Lawson's moving box? The insignia on the cap reads Justice Corps. Justice Corps? I've never heard of it before. Matthew, could Miss Wolf be right? Could Justin Lawson be raising a secret army? I agree. If anything untoward is going on, Rose is sure to know. She's always got an ear on the street. Listen to Cap straight to her.
Do you need the most trusted battery this holiday? Maybe not. Maybe you could trust the world would be just as happy without them. Or you could just trust Duracell.
6 hours, and I'll see you all then. When these two are finished. But I might speed up Charlie's vows, but we'll see what happens. See y'all then. All right, folks, we have returned. Let's finish the military cap here. Rose, what can you tell us about the Justice Corps insignia on the cap we found amongst Justin Lawson's belongings? Well, Matthew, there are certainly no official records of the Justice Corps, that's for sure.
On the windshield had
But word on the street is, if you're looking to be hired muscle, Justin Lawson's got a job for you.
The heavy knit sweater that Deborah had been wearing.
If this is true, then the Justice Corps does sound like some sort of militia group.
Because it proved that Deborah...
This is rather worrying, I must say. Matthew, I do hope Deputy Lawson has a legitimate explanation for all this.
On the inside of the vehicle at the time of the crash, was if Deborah Holloman had been bloody before the crash. In other words, she had been injured before the crash.
What is it, Senior Trooper Matthew? As you can see, I am supremely busy preparing for my inauguration ceremony to become mayor. We do apologize for the intrusion, Deputy Lawson, but this is not something that can wait. We've discovered you've been recruiting a significant number of people for some sort of militia group called the Justice Corps. Ah, Senior Trooper Matthew, I see you've had time to snoop into my affairs. I understand. Due diligence is part of your role, after all. But I can assure you there's no need to be worried about my actions. You see, the Justice Corps is no militia group. It's a new security force, just like the Flying Squad. The fact that the Flying Squad was the only organization free of corruption made me realize we needed more overseeing divisions to uphold correct practices. And this is where the Justice Corps comes in. You'll see at my inauguration, everything's about to change for the better. Now I must get back to my preparations. Here, take some handsome cab money to make sure you arrive on time and don't miss a single second of my speech.
After he was in contact with Deborah's blood, then grabbed the steering wheel and brace himself for the crash. The evidence also proved that Steve Holloman tried to break the passenger window after the crash.
My opinion is he was trying to break the window out. At the accident scene, he needed glass.
There is 10 minutes left on this, but I am going to speed this up anyway. I am very close to running out of time in my day. Abby, please tell me you've been able to ameliorate Charlie's wedding vows. Well, Matthew, I must admit that Charlie did get carried away a bit with nervous technical ramblings. However, these descriptions were intermingled with some truly charming tidbits, such as when he writes, "I'll never be able to invent anything as extraordinary as the little human that's growing inside you." The good news is there were enough cute words to allow me to take away all the technical information and still have a decent and personal set of wedding vows. I'm certain Maddie's going to be bowled over by them. Excellent work, Evie. Matthew, let's go reunite Charlie with his vows.
Thousands of jobs right here in the USA. Every My Pillow is made with passion here in my home state of Minnesota. To ensure you get the best sleep of your life.
One of the things that I really like about My Pillow is the support it gives
To your health, and My Pillow is one of the most important things to your sleep.
Panic over, Charlie boy. We found your vows, and I hope you don't mind, but Evie shortened them a tad. Ah, yes. I did wonder if 7 pages was too long. Thank you so much, Matthew. I do hope Maddie will like them. Worry not, Charlie. She'll be whirring and purring like one of your well-oiled machines once she hears your sweet words. Well, I'll certainly need some Dutch courage before I read my vows. Otherwise, I'll be a nervous wreck. I know what will soothe your nerves. Why don't we all go for a boozy pre-wedding lunch? Come along, Matthew.
Washable and dryable and comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee.
I personally guarantee My Pillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own for your money back.
Matthew, I'm so sorry to bother you, but I'm in such a tiz.
We'll give you a second pillow absolutely free.
You see, I'm determined to wear a flower crown for my wedding, but I can't help feeling nauseous around anything even remotely covered with petals. It's the strong floral scents. Oh, this wedding is doomed, I just know it. Maddie, I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I believe I have the perfect solution for your predicament. You see, I know just the flowers you need. They're exquisite, but have no scent whatsoever. I remember seeing some growing on the golf course at St. Shamdrew's while visiting my no-good biological father, Horatio Rochester, there. Oh, Matthew, I would be eternally grateful if you could bring back some of these flowers for me. Worry not, Maddie. I'll accompany Matthew to the golf course to make sure we find just the right blossoms for your flower crown.
You can switch and save time. You can switch and save work. You can switch and save hassle. When you switch to eSurance, you can save time, work, hassle. Yep, smart. In fact, drivers who switch from Geico to eSurance save hundreds. You might want to think about going to That's auto and home insurance can find. eSurance, and all stay connected. Click to call.
Experts found what they believed was the murder weapon used to kill Deborah Holloman. It was the knob used to adjust the passenger's side mirror.
That adjustment knob was caked with adjustment was the instrument that created the injury pattern of the 4 lacerations or tears on her scalp, and in all likelihood caused by skull fractures.
This proved that Steve killed Deborah by hitting her head repeatedly against the knob.
So when death is the result of an assault, we classify it as a homicide.
Here we are.
And charged with Deborah's murder. That could surprise me. When I comfortably put in my car, he's like, Tony, why is this? Why is that? Like we were friends.
Matthew, you found just the scentless flowers we need. Aren't they charming? Say, I have an idea. Why not make the flower crown yourself? It can be your wedding present to Maddie. Let us try it. Yes, let's.
Found evidence that Steve had been there earlier with his lover. Regardless, the forensic evidence suggests an argument ensued and determined by Steve repeatedly smashed Deborah's head into the mirror rod inside window, causing the brain injuries that killed her. Then Steve tried to devise a plan to cover up the crime. While driving home, he saw the parked car on the side of the highway and decided to stage an accident. He got the Jeep into position, moved the seat back with his bloody hands, made sure his seatbelt was fastened while Deborah's wasn't, then braced himself for impact. The Jeep traveled 130 feet at 40 miles per hour.
Here we are. That was a tricky one. Oh, this flower crown you created is a thing of beauty, Matthew. Who knew you had such hidden talent? Now, why don't you go get your glad rags on for the wedding, while I get the flower crown to Maddie. She's going to look delightful in it. Of that, I'm sure. See you at the nuptials. Matthew, I'm happy to say all pre-wedding jitters have been banished and our loved-up couple is ready to get married. I hope you're ready too, Matthew. We lost some time investigating Justin Lawson's Justice Corps, so I'll need a few moments to quickly freshen up. Ah yes, a new police division does sound interesting. I wonder what else Deputy Lawson has got planned for Concordia. But please do hurry, dear Bontemps, otherwise we're going to be late. And you know Judge Takakura doesn't like to be kept waiting. He's officiating the wedding after all.
15 years as an attorney.
If you look long enough, pretty soon the scene we will eventually get to the answers.
Be in time for the wedding ceremony with Judge Takakura? Let's do it.
Deborah Holloman's death might have remained an accident, and her husband would have walked free.
Oh my god, those two look great. And I'll never be able to invent anything as extraordinary as the little human you're growing inside you. I love you, Maddie. And I love you with all my heart, my precious Charlie. Alright, enough of the schmaltz. Now, if there's any advice I can give you youth of today, is to make sure you each have your own section of the vegetable patch, so to speak. Support each other, but also give each other space to breathe. Otherwise, content will sprout in abundance, just like those pesky weeds I can never seem to get rid of. I shall stop wittering on now. Mr. DuPont, you may kiss the bride. Oh, yeah. Madeline and Charles, I now pronounce you man and wife. Now where's the buffet? Oh, Matthew, this is truly the happiest day of my life. Here's to the new Mr. and Mrs. DuPont. Bravo. Excuse me. Now, I hate to rush you on such a marvelous occasion, but we haven't got long before Justin Lawson's inaugural speech to become mayor. Of course, Chief, but I hope I still had time to throw my flower crown. Here, Matthew, catch. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and privilege to stand before you as the new mayor of Concordia. Too long has our fair city been dragged into the fiery pits of hell by weak and corrupt leaders. Too long have we lost our way through crime and greed. Too long have we suffered. And we, the people of Concordia, will no longer stand for it. My inauguration today marks the dawn of a new era. An era of peace, of prosperity, and most of all, of justice. And I pledge to do everything in my power to ensure we uphold the laws of the land for the betterment of all. Ladies and gentlemen, half measures will no longer do. My conscience will no longer allow it. Which is why my first action as mayor will be to invoke a state of emergency across Concordia so that every citizen is safe. As mayor, this state of emergency will also give me the power to stop the filthy lies that infiltrate our brains through the newspapers we read. By abolishing freedom of the press. What the? Abolish freedom of the press? From now on, there will only be one newspaper in Concordia. I've called it the New Truth, and as its name suggests, it will only contain information that is true and just. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed history in the making. Here's to a new and better future for us and for our children. Long live Concordia! Matthew, please tell me I heard wrong. Did we really just witness Justin Lawson abolishing freedom of the press? Oh, that no-good son of a... Now, everyone, please, let's all calm down. We all know Justin Lawson is a man of integrity. Surely there's an explanation for this. Chief, you were there. You saw him. I can't believe we kept the Rochesters from destroying Concordia only for Lawson to do it instead. Well, Matthew, one thing is clear. We'll need to keep a very close eye on what happens next. Yes, we will.
Each month has a picture of a man who's brought some special joy into my life.
Oh, gosh, oh, honey, this is so fun.
Golden Girls on in the background, but please disregard that. Here we go. 4 sticker packs.
It's such an ugly virus. Yeah, it makes you feel horrible. I mean, it literally makes you look ugly to teachers. All new Tuesday 10 on TV Land. This is
6 new cases. This is the last one.
This is
Okay, so there is a pet shop here. Next case, December 7th.
for the holidays when we get a gift.
That's in 3 days.
I write them a poem instead. That's actually yours.
Regardless, we're stuck with Bill.
But to many, words are the most valuable currency.
Last I checked, stores don't take
Voice of the generation. I know, right? Such a burden.
The Payment America mobile app is a simple way to send money.
5 new ones. Another 5. Four new ones. Four new ones. Still, only a few of them are repeats, so that's good. Well, there's one, case 30.
Keep food fresh and save money with the Food Freedom Vacuum Sealing System. Powerful vacuum technology keeps
We'll find out about this, about Justin Lawson's initial plan, on our next case on December 7th. See y'all later.